Crackhead wannabe. I don't know. Our next performer, I've had the pleasure of working with many times. She is a producer of No Shade Theater Chicago and Theater Open Mic, and a founding member of the Agency Theater Collective. Please welcome Sommer. Hey everybody, give a big round of applause for Patty and all the comics who have been up here already. Thank you so much for having me. Oh, you guys are so bright. So before we get started, I just need to know, because it's so full in here and I can't see anything, are there any of my family members in the audience tonight? Any family members of Sommer Austin in the audience tonight? No? Okay. Going once, going twice? All right, so we can talk about them. That's great. They have been known to show up to my public performances and ruin them. And I'm going to talk about them, so you're going to understand why that is. Now, I have a good relationship with my parents. I love my parents dearly, but they are a little unusual because they like to party. Anyone else's parents in here like to party? Anyone? No, couple. All right. Let me ask you, those of you who applauded, is it drinking or drugs or both?
Just drinking.
Just drinking. Okay. Well, I'm blessed with both. So yeah, my parents like to party. Actually, my dad's taken it to a whole other level. His name actually is Party. His name is Ron Austin, but he goes by Ron Party Austin. And, or the more abbreviated version, Ron Party, or just the most abbreviated version, Party, which is what I call him, because that's what he prefers to be called. By me, his daughter. There's a little history about my dad, about Ron Party Austin. Now, he's actually a carpenter by trade, but he fancies himself an inventor. He invented a product called the beer sled, which is a story for another time. It's quite complicated. He's also a musician. His band once opened for Boz Scaggs, you guys. Yeah, some people, right? Yeah. If you don't know who Boz Scaggs is, please go home, look him up, or you don't even have to go home. You have a smartphone. There's no reason for you not to know who he is. He's pretty incredible. The Lido, am I right, guys? Lido. Oh, no, just me. Okay, great. Do like the yacht rock. Sure do. And then the other thing about my dad is he once tried to burn the neighbor's house down during my college graduation party. So that's my dad. Yeah, and if you need a visual of him, he kind of looks like the biker version of the god Dionysus. So put that in your brain. With a mustache. So kind of like Sam Elliott in Mask with Cher, the 1985 movie. Pretty foxy, my dad. I don't think so, but many of my friends have. He has that nice 80s look, you know, short in front, long in the back, nice mustache. And so my dad is a very interesting character. Okay, so a couple things about my dad. Like, first of all, he sounds cool, right? Because he is. I've never been cool. I'm very nervous. I'm very anxious, as I'm sure some of you are here. Actually, no, that's not true. There was a point in my life where I was really cool. When I was in elementary school, when I was about in 3rd grade, I had this really long hair, and it went down, like, past my waist. And sometimes my mom would braid it the night before, and I'd be wavy, and I would go in. And my mom would put these beautiful barrettes in my hair, and they had feathers in them, and they were very long, and I would strut through, and I'd be so cool. Only later did I realize that they were not barrettes, but roach clips. My parents sent me to school wearing roach clips in my hair. No wonder I'm nervous and anxious, right? And you know, another example of how I'm not cool. Really, the heartbreak of my young adult life was when I auditioned for and was thusly rejected from my high school's mime troupe that I auditioned for. I'm still not over it, you guys. Really, okay, just a side note. What I did was, I performed for my audition a solo mime skit that involved me as a homeless person. And then somehow turning my life around, I became a productive citizen. And it was all choreographed to Tom Petty's Learning to Fly, you guys. So what I'm trying to say is, they didn't know what they were missing, okay? I do love my parents. They're great. They're very supportive of me. But you know what's cool about having parents who party, guys? Birthday pot, am I right? Woo! Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Not so great when what you really wanted for your birthday was a Malibu Barbie. But we get these things sometimes. And yeah, it's kind of sad too. You get used to thinking the phrase, "Hey, sweetie, toss daddy another beer, would ya?" is car appropriate. especially on those long car trips across the country. Did that too. So actually, when Mrs. Perky, my kindergarten teacher, that was her name, don't make fun of her, she was a very nice lady. Mrs. Perky asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. You know, other kids said doctor and, you know, astronaut. I said a designated driver. And I was like, you know what? I was like, hey, Mom and Dad, I know I'm 6 years old. I know I'm 6, but I got this, you guys. I got this, okay? I got this. And I still never got my wish because they still won't let me drive, you guys. They still will not let me drive. And it was only recently that I learned that that wasn't normal, that my parents drinking and driving excessively was not a normal thing. And it was my husband who told me, and it was very recently, so I was in my 30s, it was a little embarrassing. And he said to me very gingerly, he was like, you know, that's not normal, right? That most parents did not do that, right? Most parents did not drink and drive. And I was like, shut the hell up, like, shut up, like, everyone's parents drink and drive, like, everyone's did, everyone, this is a totally normal thing, totally normal. And I was like, God, I thought about that reaction, and I was like, holy crap. You know, like, I know I love my parents dearly, right, but I'm not sure how much of that is true love, and how much of that is Stockholm Syndrome. Because obviously I clearly identify with my captors. All right, thanks guys, I'm Sommer, and have a great night.